In September 2005, in a remote corner of Ethiopia, the ground did something it's not supposed to do. It opened. Not a small crack, a gash 20 feet wide and 35 miles long. And it didn't take centuries. It took 8 days. Locals heard the earth groan. Livestock vanished into fissures overnight. When scientists arrived, they realized this wasn't an earthquake scar. They were watching the birth of a brand new ocean. And it means the map of our planet has an expiration date. Look at a map of East Africa. That long chain of lakes running down the continent isn't a coincidence. It's a scar. It's called the East African Rift, nearly 4,000 miles, from the Red Sea all the way down toward Mozambique. For decades, geologists argued about what it meant: an old wrinkle in the crust, or a continent slowly being pulled apart at the seams. Then came 2005. When researchers analyzed the satellite data, the debate was over. The crack had formed exactly the way new seafloor forms, magma surging up, wedging the crust apart, freezing into a wall of new rock. Ocean building on dry land. So what's powerful enough to rip apart a continent? The answer sits about 100 miles beneath your feet. Deep under East Africa rises a super plume, a colossal column of hot rock climbing from near Earth's core like smoke from a chimney. As it pushes up, it lifts the land. That's why East Africa sits a mile high, and it stretches it thinner and thinner. Think of a chocolate bar left in the sun. Warm it from below, pull on both ends, and it tears. That tear is the Rift Valley. The Somali Plate is drifting away from Africa at about 1/4 of an inch every year, and it never, ever stops. For years, scientists assumed the split would take 50 million years, comfortably somebody else's problem. But when researchers combined GPS data with seismic surveys, the estimates started shrinking. Some models now say the flooding could begin in as little as 1 million years. Because the Afar Depression is cheating. It's one of the lowest, hottest, thinnest places on any continent. Parts already sit 400 feet below sea level. The only thing keeping the sea out is a low ridge of volcanic highlands along the coast. A natural dam. One good tectonic event, and it drops. Seawater would pour into a basin the size of a small country, a waterfall the width of a city, thundering into a desert dry for millions of years. The greatest flood in human history, and geologists say it's not a question of if, only when. So what about the people living on top of the crack? In 2018, a fissure tore through Kenya's Rift Valley, swallowing part of a major highway. Videos went viral claiming Africa was splitting right now. The truth: heavy rains had washed out soft volcanic soil. But the ground there is weak because the rift is real. The region hosts some of Earth's most active volcanoes, including Erta Ale, with a permanent lake of boiling lava at its summit. And in a place called Dowell, superheated brine bubbles up in neon yellow acid pools. Scientists study it as a preview of alien worlds. But the rift gives as much as it takes. Its volcanic heat powers geothermal plants that supply Kenya with nearly half its electricity. And humanity itself was born here. The oldest human fossils ever found come from this exact valley. The crack that will one day remake the continent created us. So fast forward. The dam breaks. The Afar floods. The Horn of Africa tears away and becomes a massive island continent, drifting into the Indian Ocean. Geologists already have a name for the new water: the Nubian Sea. Landlocked Uganda and Zambia could wake up with beachfront property. And Earth has done this before. Every ocean you've ever seen started as a crack in a continent. 200 million years ago, the Atlantic was a rift valley in Pangaea. The East African Rift isn't an anomaly. It's a rerun. We're just the first species smart enough to watch it happen and know what it means. The map of the world isn't a photograph. It's a single frame of a very slow movie. And under the deserts of East Africa, the next scene is already loading. If you learned something new, subscribe, and see you on the bright side of the new ocean.